Time's expired. Chair now recognizes Ms. Tlaib from Michigan.
Thank you so much. It's so exhausting. This is really incredibly exhausting, and I can't imagine our residents sitting at home. I still, every time I look up and I see our former chairman, forever chairman, Elijah Cummings, our first ever hearing in this room was about the high cost of insulin. I think one of the first witnesses was a mother of twins who had to ration her insulin and lost a child because she couldn't afford it. I still remember our previous chairwoman who really did a phenomenal job continuing to talk about the opioid crisis and how the Sadler family was part of a criminal scheme to increase addiction among family members, people just literally losing their family members because of profit, because of folks that were literally drug dealers in suits. All of that to say is this House Oversight Committee, from our committee hearings on the Postal Service, which really matters to our constituents, the high cost of prescription drugs, the housing issues, the number of struggles and challenges of everyday Americans. And I say this sincerely. I know you all do, but sincerely, because what a waste of time. What a waste of time. Just even some of the colleagues of my folks here continue to say this is a waste of time. I mean, Representative Niels said, quote, I don't think we have the will to impeach Joe Biden. Just for the record, impeachment isn't something you have a will to do. It's something you have to have evidence to do. Which brings me to next, you know, you heard about Rep. Don Bacon, who said, when the staff tells you that they can't identify a particular crime, there's a problem. That's a problem. I mean, you can go on and on. One top Republicans admit that there's no conclusive evidence of impeachable offense that shows Biden acted improperly while in office to enrich his family members. I mean, it goes on and on. Former Oversight Chair Darrell Issa, who serves on Judiciary Committee now, said, I think he goes on and says, there's no clear sense of where the impeachment inquiry is going. It goes on and on. I mean, look, you all, this is an incredibly important committee. We could be doing some phenomenal things and holding currently the Biden administration a number of issues. Like, I want to know about the American Rescue dollars and where that money is being used. Is it being used towards public health? Is it being used towards the crisis that continues to happen in many of our families being impacted by long COVID symptoms? I mean, these are things that we could be doing right now in this chamber. We're not. We're doing this over and over again, and it's a waste of time. I literally, every time I talk to my constituents about this, they don't bring this up. They said, God, when is this going to be over with? I tell them, my colleagues do not know how to lead the campaigning at the steps of the Capitol. When we come in here, we have to literally put that aside and work for our constituents. Work on getting some sort of understanding where we can prioritize making sure that we have access to clean water. What is going on with the lead abatement program within the administration? Talking about the specific challenges that we continue to see in our healthcare system. All of that. Again, we can hold the Biden administration together, Mr. Chairman, on a number of issues we can see eye to eye on, and saying we need to use this committee to open it up to be the watchdog committee that we are. Instead, we really sincerely are wasting the time of the American people doing this. This is awful. For them to see us going back and forth like this, it's so disenchanting for them. And you all wonder why the numbers out there of favorability towards Congress is so low. They really have no faith in us because of this. This is the kind of stuff we do. When literally my folks are literally fighting for the right to breathe clean air and to fight to sit there and figure out how they're going to afford asthma inhalers. Yet we're here wasting the people's time.
Will the gentlelady yield?
Yes, Mr. Chair. And I say this out of somebody that's a social worker at heart. We could do so many things in bipartisan in this committee. I know it. And I think we're right now really missing out an opportunity to do that. We really are.
Ms. Tlaib,
I yield to Mr.
Well, it's for a question I just wanted to ask you, because you've had tremendous success in trying to clean up dirty water across America. We can actually get things done, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, I know my colleague on the other side, we all have the crisis of the clean water crisis. We could like literally bring in folks in the EPA, bring folks into this chamber right now and ask, where is the Biden administration on the development of their lead abatement initiative? These are the things that I think very much many of my mayors, my local electeds, many of the state folks are asking, what can we do as members of Congress to basically have more transparency in where the priorities are? But again, I really say this sincerely to all of you. We can do better. We deserve to do better. I remember Chairman Cummings constantly reminding us that we can be better.
Gentlelady's time's expired. Before I recognize Representative Fry, for what purpose does Representative McClain seek recognition?